of the pleasure potency of Sri Krishna. No one therefore can equal him. Purport. In the Gaura Ganades Dipika, text 147 to 153, it is stated, quote, the pleasure potency of Sri Krishna, formerly known as Vrindavaneshwari, is now personified in the form of Sri Gadadhar Pandit in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami has pointed out that in the shape of Lakshmi, the pleasure potency of Krishna, she was formerly very dear to the Lord as Shama Sundara Vallabha. The same Shama Sundara Vallabha was present in Lord Chaitanya's pastimes as Gadadhar Pandit. Formerly, as Lalita Sakhi, she was always devoted to Srimati Radharani. Thus, Gadadhar Pandit is simultaneously an incarnation of Srimati Radharani and Lalita Sakhi. In the 12th chapter of this part of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a description of the descendants or disciplic succession of Gadadhar Pandit. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Ajnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Srila Prabhupada mentioned that Radha Krishna are a transcendental mystery. In other words, one should not try to understand, but one should attempt to feel. That's all. Somebody is speaking. Is some baby here somewhere? Baby? Child? Young girl? Boy? So that baby wants to speak. I said yesterday, my hearing is very the mother should, because it interrupts a little bit. So Srila Prabhupada said, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Mataji, can you take the baby and see there's 2 seats in the back? Go and sit there with the baby, and then we'll bring something with your baby for eating. There, yeah, right there. Yeah, there, the seats in the back, 2 seats are there. So, no, give another seat for the baby. Oh, there's more babies coming. Mataji, sit with the 2 children in the back somewhere. Yeah. So now there's 3 children, and if they get together, it's going to be a transcendental play. Leela. Now, who knows their way around the temple here? You, huh? Come here. You get 3 nice bowls, not in plastic, huh? Like bowls, Dona, Yeah. Some sweets, 3. No, there's 2 more, there's 5 now. Ki jai. Not plate, separately, and each child will get something to eat. But you don't eat yourself first. The other day, the rubbery. Can you do that? How long will it take? 10 minutes. You're going to cook first. You know what to take. Huh? You're not going to pay any money, You sign the bill in my name. Go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So Srila Prabhupada said that Radha Krishna are a transcendental mystery. Don't try to understand them, but try to feel them. Big difference. In other words, it cannot be spoken of, but it can be felt. But still Chaitanya Charitamrita is so much full of juice, nectar. So we have to still discuss nevertheless. So we understand that Krishna is called Purnam. Om Purnamadak Purnam Idam. So Krishna is complete. However, the problem is that when somebody is complete, they can feel all types of emotions. All types of, in Sanskrit called bhava. So one emotion they can also feel, if they are complete, is that they also feel incomplete. See, that's being recorded also. So, if Krishna is Purnam, Krishna also feels incomplete, which is part of being complete, because all sorts of bhavas can be experienced. One cannot say that Krishna is Purnam, so why does he feel incomplete? Because part of feeling incomplete is in Purnam, is in completeness. Clear? Yeah. So that incompleteness indicates that Krishna wanted to know the glory of Srimati Radharani's devotional service to Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada, in a matter-of-fact way, he says these words. When Krishna feels, I want to know more about Radharani's love for me. Krishna feels that way. So Srila Prabhupada, as a matter-of-fact way, like how people may speak in the material world, so to speak, he says these words, why is Radharani so much in love with me? Krishna is saying those words, which Prabhupada is telling us Krishna is saying, that why is Radharani so much in love with me? What is the reason? And I need to know that being so much in love with me means. I need to know that. Then Krishna sort of realizes that there's something in him that he doesn't know about that's so special that attracts Radharani to Krishna. Because that's a subsequent, you could say, feeling of Krishna. We okay so far? Yeah. And this is Srila Prabhupada's simple words, especially in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Yeah. And then Krishna feels, now, how or in what ways does she love me so much that I become more attracted to Radharani and everyone else is more attracted to me? See? So how is it that I am attracted to Radharani, but at the same time everyone else is attracted to me? See? So what is that speciality in Radharani? So each feeling of Krishna leads to the other feeling. First is, why is she so much in love with me? I need to know that. Secondly, what's in me that attracts her to me? And thirdly, I need to understand and know the way she loves me. It's all interrelated. Yeah. So that's a feature of Krishna feeling incomplete. Feeling incomplete. And he tries very hard to actually let Srimati Radharani know that. But she doesn't understand why he's behaving in such strange ways. And she doesn't understand because he doesn't normally behave that way. See? So then she sort of feels that there's something he wants from me that I am not able to give. I am not able to give. And then when Krishna feels that feeling from Srimati Radha, there's no words spoken. You know? When Krishna feels that Radharani doesn't really understand what's going on in his incomplete consciousness, because he's known as Purna, yeah, then he leaves her in some distressed state because he doesn't find any reciprocation from her side. And he goes to another gopi, and her name is Chandravali. So Chandravali is the daughter of Chandrabhanu, Chandrabhanu is the younger brother of Maharaj Vrishabhanu. Okay, so far? Yeah. So that makes Chandravali a younger sister of Radharani. So he goes to see Chandravali. So Chandravali is very perceptive, and Chandravali is very submissive. Whereas Radharani is a bit fiery, and because she's a bit fiery, she's also very bossy. Now Krishna likes that very much, but when it becomes too much for Krishna, for Radharani not understanding this particular desires that he has, he goes to Chandravali. See? So Radharani is on Krishna's left side, even on the altar. So she's the principal gopi that heads up the left wing gopis. And Chandravali heads up the right wing gopis, but she's a younger sister because the brothers or their fathers makes her the younger sister. So Chandra means a moon, and Avali means that she has teeth, Avali, teeth. That when she slightly opens her lips, immediately without smiling, immediately the whole atmosphere is surrounded by the coolness of millions of moon rays put together. See? So now, when the coolness of Chandravali is like exposed, this makes Krishna peaceful. It makes him peaceful. So he changes from the consciousness of desires for Srimati Radharani, and he's become peaceful in the association of Chandravali. See? There's no physicalness in this whole thing, There's no grossness in this whole thing. It's states of consciousness. Yeah. So when he becomes very peaceful with Chandravali, then Krishna realizes that he's always overwhelmed by Radharani's association, and therefore she's in control, known as Madan Mohan Mohini. But when he comes into the association of Chandravali, he is not controlled because she is submissive. She is submissive. So Krishna reveals to Chandravali because he can speak to her on his terms. But he cannot speak to Radharani on his terms. Because she's bossy. She's in control. Yeah. So when he speaks to Chandravali, Chandravali feels that Krishna's happiness lies in Radharani fulfilling his desire. See? Although I am so happy to be in your company and association, but your happiness lies somewhere else, and that makes me happy. Like that. So, he sort of reveals his heart to Chandravali, and Chandravali, by a serene innocence and by a calmness, eventually convinces him, approach Radharani. So when Krishna comes back to Radharani, Radharani can feel the, you could say, sereneness and peacefulness because of association with Chandravali. Like he's not like bewildered by her. So immediately Radharani knows where he came from. You know, like that. And immediately Krishna says boldly, because he got the potency from Chandravali. He said, you know, they say that you are my best devotee. And they say that you're the only one who can fulfill all my desires without me asking you to fulfill it. And Radharani puts her head down. Why can't you fulfill this desires that I have? And she knows very well what's his desire. And what is that? That I want to feel how you feel about me. She knows that, without no words are being spoken from Radharani. And I want that. See? But Radharani feels that if she offers her consciousness, her devotional service, her affection, and her, you could say, love for Krishna to experience, that's the time where it comes that Krishna Prema is superior to Krishna. Krishna Prema is superior to Krishna. Loving Krishna is superior to Krishna himself. So Radharani is composed of the nature of Krishna Prema, loving Krishna. That's her form. Her form cannot be described otherwise. She is composed naturally of the nature of loving Krishna. So therefore she is the form of Krishna Prema. Now just as fragrance comes from musk, but musk cannot experience its own fragrance. Just as heat and light comes from fire, these analogies are given by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami also. Just as heat and light comes from fire, but fire cannot experience its own heat and light. Similarly, Radha comes from Krishna, not originally, so to speak, in terms of discussing rasa. Although Radha comes from Krishna as his internal potency, Ladini Shakti, Krishna cannot experience Radha's love for Krishna as much as the fire cannot experience his own heat and light which it emanates itself. Clear? Yeah. So therefore, Radharani knows that Krishna is not happy with her. And therefore, she cannot put claim from Krishna's side that I regard you as my best devotee. She cannot put that claim. Now there are reasons for Radharani not fulfilling Krishna's desire for Krishna to feel her love for Krishna. See? And the main reason is that she will not have any devotional service. If somebody takes away her devotional service, then she will not be able to serve. That's one problem that she goes through. The second problem is that if Krishna takes the consciousness of Radharani's love for Krishna, there'll be no Krishna to serve. So she was not worried so much for allowing herself in the form of Krishna Prem for Krishna to experience. See? From this point on, prior to this, when this happens, Krishna only experiences what is called Radha Bhav, the ecstasy of Radharani serving him. That's called Radha Bhav. But Krishna cannot experience Krishna Prema because Krishna cannot love himself, which is the mundane, perverted reflection in the material world, that everyone claims that they should be loved by others. See? That's the perverted reflection. Yeah. So Radharani is not so much concerned of giving her own love to Krishna to experience how she loves him. She is more concerned that she will not have Krishna to serve. See? And we all need to serve somebody. Oh, that is Mayavad, it is impersonalism. To serve, but there's no one to serve. Like that. So eventually, by the potency of Chandravali's, association, Krishna demands. I want what you have. And eventually Radharani gives in. And when she gives in, and naturally she utters the verse. It's not a verse, we call it a verse, but she utters that automatically, and then that happens. And she says, Aslasya va padaratam pinastumam adashanam mama hatam karotuva yata tata va vidyato lampato mat prananatastu sa eva na paraha. When she says Aslasya va padaratam pinastumam, adashanam means I will not be able to see you anymore. There's no darshan. Adarshan means no darshan. So if I'm not able to see you anymore, I'm not worried about myself. But if I'm not able to see you anymore and serve you, then you won't be there. So what is the value of serving somebody who's not there anymore? And as a result, if you're not there for me to serve you, Mama hatam karotuva, then you are practically or literally killing me. Hatam means to kill. See? So better I die instead of you not being there to serve. Mama hatam karotuva. And Radharani's most valuable asset is to serve Krishna. See? But still she goes on to complete. Yata tata va vidyato lampato. You are taking what I have as the most valuable, my devotional service to you, so that you can go and enjoy with other women and I won't exist. So you are the greatest lampato, you are the greatest debauchee. She criticizes him. Because she just came from Chandravali. Right-wing gopi. Head of the right-wing gopis. But still she says, Mat prana natastu eva na paraha. That you are still my prananath. Better you kill me. I am still living for you as the very life of my life. Although you are killing me by taking my most valuable asset, my service to you. So the moment she utters this verse, then Krishna fully realizes she is my greatest devotee. Because she can give up her own devotional service for my pleasure. That means she has no service anymore. See? And when she has no service anymore, then Radharani immediately says, after Krishna plunders into the consciousness of Srimati Radharani, because now she is agreeing, you can experience my love for you. So when Krishna experiences Radharani's love for Krishna, he transforms into Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when Radharani now feels, I have no love for Krishna, I have no love for Krishna, I have no love for Krishna, then Radharani transforms into Srila Gadadhar Pandit. The transcendental mystery is that we all know that Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahe Anya. We all know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the combined form of Radha Krishna. But it is not like that. It is not like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna disappearing and Radharani disappearing, where the combined consciousness is called Radha Bhav from Krishna's side and Krishna Prem from Radharani's side. They combine, and that is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there's no Krishna. So therefore Krishna Varnam Twish A Krishna Sangopanga Shapashadam. That he is Krishna himself, but A Krishna, but not Krishna in the complexion and consciousness of Srimati Radharani. Then that Radharani who has no love for Krishna and feels, I have lost my beloved, I cannot have my beloved to serve anymore. And therefore when she feels I have no love for Krishna, that personality becomes Gadadhar Pandit. So therefore in this purport it says it's that pleasure potency that feels no pleasure anymore because there's no Krishna to serve. Comes as Gadadhar Pandit. Now, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, how many of you have been to Godrumadweep? Nice. You know, there's the Ganga, Jalangi, other side, you know. And the deities of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur are who? Shri Gaur Gadadhar. So in the internal state of our Krishna consciousness, we want to bring Gadadhar into the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so that Radharani feels she's coming back into the association of Krishna. So therefore the very exalted souls like Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they also install deities of Gaur Gadadhar. But our Srila Prabhupada has installed deities of Gaur Nitai because of the sake of the preaching mission. We all right? You have any comments or questions to ask? Give microphone to Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, I have not understood the
I'm
exact...
Maharaj, say Maharaj.
Maharaj, I have not understood the exact...
We need the volume on this thing, the sound people.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Maharaj. I have not exactly understood the position of Gadadhar Pandit.
In the beginning I said you cannot understand, you have to feel. Did I say that? Mataji, what's your name?
Gopinita.
Gopi?
Gop Vinita.
Gop Vinita. How many rounds of japa you chant? Every day?
Yeah, not less than 16 and then more also I chant.
Yes. You chant 16 rounds every day?
Yes.
And you chant more?
Yes.
So if you chant more and more, then the feeling will come.
Okay, Prabhuji.
That
Maharaj.
okay?
Okay, Maharaj, thank you.
I'll take your question soon. Wait. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the Untitled Chapter 7, in text 163 to 165, I'm reading. No one can describe who? No one. This isn't the actual verses. No one. No one can describe the characteristics and ecstatic love of Gadadhar Pandit. No one. Therefore, another name for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Gadadhar Prananath, the life and soul of Gadadhar Pandit. Imagine, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is initiated as Gadadhar Prananath, that he is the life and soul of Gadadhar Pandit. And again, Prabhupada says in those verses, no one can say how merciful the Lord is to Gadadhar Pandit, but people know the Lord as Gadaira Gauranga, the Lord Gauranga of Gadadhar Pandit. Gadaira Gauranga. There are deities named like that, even in the Gaudiya Math, by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. When they have Gadadhar, they say, this is Gadaira Gauranga. And it's given here in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now I'll explain a little bit more, because Mataji is curious about it. Okay? Only for you. But the others will open their ears also. You see, Chandravali, she expands into Dwarka Mathura, Dwarka as Rukmini. And Radharani expands into Dwarka as Satyabhama. So when Krishna was sort of guided by the potency of Chandravali to approach Radharani for her to fulfill his desire, so Krishna owes her. In other words, he is obligated to Chandravali. So therefore, Krishna made her the chief queen in the form of Rukmini. We okay so far? Yeah. And Satyabhama is very bossy. So, she told Krishna, I want the parijata flower. You go and get it. Then Krishna said, yes, I'm very submissive. I won't get the parijata flower. I'll get the whole tree for you. You got it? That's Satyabhama. Oh yes. And Satyabhama is the form of a Jagadananda Pandit in Chaitanya Lila. A Jagadananda Pandit. Yeah. Jagannath Pandit always argues with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See? But this Rukmini, she knew, although she comes from Chandravali, but Rukmini is also submissive. Is also submissive. Although it is in purport I read, I can explain more why Prabhupada says that. In the purport I read from the Gaur-Gonadis Tipika, Prabhupada says that Gadadhar Pandit is simultaneously Lalita Devi and Radharani. Potencies. See? But in other places in my notes here, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Gadadhar Pandit is also Rukmini. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fights with Jagadananda Pandit because Satyabhama is bossy. But Gadadhar Pandit knew that originally, as Radharani, he lost, or she lost, because she gave all her love. And at the same time, you cannot be bossy when whatever you have is taken away from you. You become submissive. So therefore, Gadadhar Pandit is also simultaneously an incarnation of Rukmini. It's here. It's there. I got the evidence in front of me. For lack of time, I'm not going to read it and explain in detail. See? So therefore, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, you'll find that Gadadhar Pandit, even if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agitates him and makes him angry, is always peaceful. Always peaceful. Why? Because as Radharani, she already lost Krishna. Now as Gadadhar Pandit, which is the same Radharani who feels I have no love for Krishna, so let me become only submissive. If I talk back and react to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he may leave me, and I don't want that. So therefore, Gadadhar Pandit is also the consciousness of Rukmini, which is coming from Chandravali. It's a very interesting thing. It's here. It's in my notes, right in front of me. Like that. So therefore, sometimes the lesson for us to be learned. If you lose your service, become submissive. Don't argue. This is the form of Gadadhar Pandit in the submissive mode of Rukmini. Now there's one more interesting fact. When Gadadhar Pandit feels in the relationship to Radharani, I have no love for Krishna, I have no love for Krishna, feels that way, like that. So Gadadhar Pandit in the mood of Radharani feels I have no love for Krishna. Now my only shelter is my father. Only shelter is my father. Because my pati and my master has taken my love away from me, and I cannot serve him because he is experiencing my love independently from me, and he's not there to serve. So I better go back to my father's house. Father's home. So therefore Pundarik Vidyanidhi becomes the guru of Gadadhar Pandit. And who's Pundarik Vidyanidhi? Who? Vrishabhanu Maharaj in Chaitanya Leela. So then Gadadhar Pandit, in that submissive mood of Radharani, who feels I have no love for Krishna, becomes feeling protected, feeling cared for by Pundarik Vidyanidhi. who is the guru of Gadadhar Pandit. And I'll save something for last, later on. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
What's your name again?
My name is Gaurav.
Gaurav.
Maharaj.
Your name is Gaura or Gaurav?
Gaurav.
There's another Gaurav who is serving me also.
Yes. Same
Two,
name. Same name.
Yeah.
So Maharaj, I heard one Chaitanya Charitamrita lecture in temple.
No.
So my question is...
Don't say, I heard.
Okay.
Repeat your question. Say, what if?
Okay. Maharaj, I heard...
What? Speak in the future, don't speak in the past. We respect people in their absence.
Okay.
What if?
What if Maharaj Chandravali was not submissive because I heard...
Chandravali is always submissive.
Because it is in a...
Chandravali is always submissive.
Okay.
Don't create another lila or pastime.
In Bilva Mangal Thakur's prayer...
Chandravali is always submissive. And an expansion in Aishwarya Bhav. Chandravali is Madhurya Bhav, sweetness. Expansion in Aishwarya Bhav is Rukmini. And that's the consciousness of Gadadhar Pandit, not to lose the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by fighting back with him. I don't know about Madhu Mangal, that's something else.
In Bilva Mangal Thakur's prayer...
Bilba Mangala Thakur, not Madhu Mangal.
Not Madhu Mangal.
What is the prayer?
So, Maharaj, I am not remembering that prayer, but in that it is mentioned that when Krishna was coming back from association of Srimati Radharani, he met Chandravali, and Chandramali, he said, he pronounces Chandravali as a Srimati Radharani, and she was given her very fond reply, say Mr. Kans, like that. So the Prabhuji who was taking
I don't
lecture...
understand. What I understand is Chandravali is an expansion of Srimati Radharani, which I didn't say earlier. Chandravali is the submissive form of Radharani. Clear?
Okay, Maharaj.
But the predominant form of Radharani is to be bossy. So therefore the submissive form of Radharani through Chandravali and Rukmini is Gadadhar Pandit. Therefore he is always submissive to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in fear of not losing association again. So that's called transcendental fear. I don't want to lose you anymore. I lost you once by giving my love to you, but now I don't want to lose you anymore. That's Gadadhar Pandit. It's okay?
Okay, Maharaj.
Other questions or comments? You can raise your hand. Now this Gadadhar Pandit, internally he knows where it happened. See? That exchange of giving my love in the form of Srimati Radharani for Krishna to experience, and then I don't exist and Krishna doesn't exist. And that happened at Imlitala. You know Imlitala? In the banks of... It's a now dry bank, but Yamuna has moved. There's a temple there. And you can read that pastime, I don't know, it's in Sanskrit or Bengali, on the wall by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It's there on the wall when you go into the Imlitala temple. which is run by the Gaudiya Math. There. So that happened there. So every time Gadadhar Pandit sees an imli tree, he becomes like, that's where it happened. That's where it happened. At Imli Tala. So therefore, because of that, Gadadhar Pandit never visited Vrindavan. Do you know? Yeah. And then what did Gadadhar Pandit do? These are subsequent verses from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Especially from the Madhya Leela, chapter 16, and text 280 and 281. Very interesting. Yeah. So here Gadadhar Pandit tells Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to me means you, to me means you. Yahan, yahan, wherever. Raha, wherever you stay. Tahan, Vrindavana, that place is Vrindavan. Gadadhar Pandit is telling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then, Tatan, there, Yamuna, Ganga, Sarvati, Tagana, all other holy places are there. So Gadadhar Pandit is practically telling Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wherever you stay is Vrindavan. And wherever Vrindavan is, there's the Yamuna river as well as the Ganga and all other pilgrimage places. So you are the abode of everything. See? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he dances in front of Ratha Yatra cart in Puri, he also feels himself Mora, Mana, Vrindavana, that my consciousness is Vrindavan now. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu feels that way. Yeah. So in text 281 of the 16th chapter of Madhya Leela, there are so many associates of Krishna in Chaitanya Leela who never visited Vrindavan Dham. And one of them is Gadadhar Pandit. And another principal one, who was none other than Lalita Devi, sometimes considered Vishaka Devi, is Swarup Damodar Goswami. He never went to Vrindavan. Like that. So there's many others also who are in Krishna Leela, but when in Chaitanya Leela they never went to Vrindavan because they personally felt that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the whole Dham himself. Wherever you are is Vrindavan. Okay? Any other questions you have or comments? You have question, huh? Give him microphone. He may ask a question that will take us away from Vrindavan.
Maharaj, how do you defeat Mayavadi?
Huh?
How do you defeat a Mayavadi in debate?
How you defeat?
A Mayavadi in a debate.
Who's a Mayavadi?
Impersonalist.
Huh?
Impersonalist.
Describe them.
Like he says, God is formless. He has no legs, no mouth, nothing. He is formless.
Okay. You ready? I'm going to ask you a question and that's how you're going to ask the Mayavadi question. Good? Now we left Vrindavan, now we're with the Mayavadis. answer my question. Which existed first, the word form or formless?
I don't know.
It's common sense.
Maybe form.
Form, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So form has to exist for you not to see form. Let me make you digest a little bit. Don't let your mind go somewhere else. Now listen. Form has to exist not to see form. I'll repeat that time. Form has to be there not to see the form. So I'll give you an example. Sometimes in the home, you may be fed up with one of the other family's members, like that. And you'll tell them, go away, I don't want to see you anymore. You heard that one before? And that means form exists not to see form. Next question. Ready? Which existed first? The word person or the word impersonal? Huh?
Personal?
Yes. From person means personal, somebody can be impersonal. Sometimes sometimes at the home, maybe the mother of the family is not talking to the father, but she'll still cook nicely for him and serve him, if she's cultured. Yeah. So the father will say, why are you so impersonal towards me? You're not talking. But he's talking to a person. So there has to be a person for the impersonal feeling to be felt. We okay? Now we should get back to Vrindavan. Any question? He's taking us back to Vrindavan.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes.
Maharaj, you mentioned about Imli Tala and Gadadhar Pandit was afraid of, of the Imli tree. So can you explain about what exactly happened? And
You see, that transcendental fear it makes you not to lose association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. It's good. It's good. One time Srila Prabhupada boldly told his disciples, he said, your only problem is that you do not fear Maya. See? In other words, when you fear that you may fall under the influence of the association of those who are not devotees by taking the association and falling away, that fear will keep you in Krishna consciousness, not to lose the association of devotees. So fear has its positive side. Fear in common sense language, I'm afraid of losing you. You're so valuable to me. So everyone, including Gadadhar Pandit, is afraid of losing the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mora, Mana, Vrindavan, because he is the form of a walking Vrindavan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He can feel that this river, even Godavari, this is Yamuna. He can feel that. He's not making up a story or something, because he's always in Vrindavan. But that principally comes from continuously being attached to chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, so we can conclude for now. Is that all right? If there's no other questions or comments. Gaurav, did you bring that nice sweets for the children? Looks like they want more. Because I didn't hear any sound when the sweets came. Possibly. All right, thank you very much. So tomorrow we will continue with Srivas Thakur. He is a wonderful, interesting personality. You know how a brahmachari took to grihastha life. You know? How Narada Muni became from brahmachari to grihastha. Tomorrow. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Shri Pancha Tattva ki, Ananta Kodi Vaishnav Vrindi ki. Where's prasadam being served for the devotees? Where's